videos like this one showing an officer being crushed by rioters, making the D.C. police...
USA! 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 Come on!
But as we pushed up...
Who's on the media? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
They tried to smash our camera.
Who you with? Who? Who's your covering? Is it CNN? Better not be CNN.
Police started throwing flashbang grenades and spraying mace. Soon after, the mob was rampaging through the halls of the Capitol. From what we saw on Wednesday, the MAGA anger is at a new level. And with Trump now banned from Twitter and plans already circulating for future markets.
Choking up friends. Speaking of friends of the Stephanie Miller Show, I mean, and patriots. Yeah.
Let's dance. Let's dance to the sound with Steffi. Let's dance. Put on your big boy pants.
Oh, hi. Good morning, Malcolm Nance. Oh, well, pardon you while you hydrate. Hello.
He's drinking some Schadenfreude.
Oh, is that what? Oh, he's drinking a lot of it.
Great
Wow.
big bottle of Schadenfreude.
Wow.
Yeah.
How is that?
No, that is my Archer-like finger up. Hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Having to absorb the mass quantities of Schadenfreude laced with, the opprobrium of some of the BS that we heard from Republicans yesterday. It led me to not only hydrating, but drinking. So it's been a day.
Yeah. I mean, you quoted Officer Fanone behaviors of some politicians when he pounded the table and said disgraceful. And you said this is the fire of justice we all need to embrace. I mean, the emotion, as we said, Malcolm, Officer Fanone's a Republican. Officer Sicknick was a Republican that voted for Donald Trump. I mean, it's the fact that that's why it seemed to me what Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger said was so powerful. I mean, in terms of how did any of this get to be partisan?
Well, absolutely. And I would like to place emphasis on was a Republican, because I'm pretty sure right now they have seen the light. And we all know that Donald Trump, Trumpism, and the way the Republican Party operates today spells your doom in the end, right? Most of the activities they participate in stems from that. And I said this very early on in the Trump administration, the attitude that they are masters of the universe, that they control the destiny of the party and anyone who allies themselves with them. We know that this leads to bloodshed, hatred, and as Officer Fanone's case, his famous words are the first words of my upcoming book about the coming Trump insurgency. Kill him with his own gun.
Yeah.
This is what you get from people who you think support Donald Trump. They think that he is this, glorious God Emperor of the United States. We see him for the dictator that he is. Now it's all being laid bare in these hearings. And this is going to be the first of many hearings. But Republicans are still stuck in this cult. And until they come out of it, and I don't think they will. I think Adam Kinzinger and Lynn Cheney are the last two people of decency in that party. Yeah. They won't. They will support Trump to the end. And let me mark my words, Steph. They fully intend to take back power next November 22.
Yeah.
They will put Donald Trump as Speaker of the House. They've said it themselves that they will do it now. That was Jason Johnson. Republicans have adopted this.
Yeah.
They will make him speaker. They will disassemble the Biden administration. They will fund nothing. Trump will run for president in 2024, and they will use that to win back power. And their democracy will truly end.
Yeah. Here, speaking of Officer Pannone, take a listen. This one.
In the academy, we learn about time, place, and circumstance in investigating potential crimes and those who may have committed them. And so the time, the place, and the circumstances of that rally, that rhetoric, and those events, to me, leads in the direction of our president and others, not only of Congress and the Senate, but that is what I am looking for, is an investigation into those actions and activities which may have resulted in the events of January 6th, and also whether or not there was collaboration between those members, their staff, and these terrorists.
Yeah.
And by the way, you were as glad as we all were, you in particular, that they all used the word terrorist. You said in January 2021, I wrote in the Washington Post op-ed in January, that we have to shame these insurrectionists by defining their deadly actions, call them what they are, terrorists. Rioters to me seems spontaneous. Mm-hmm. That's not what this was, right?
Yeah, and your listeners, stop using that word. Stop calling them rioters. You can choose one of two words. Insurrectionists, which is a violation of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which means that they started the armed overthrow of the United States government, or terrorists, because they carried out acts of terrorism in doing this. I thought that the officer who testified and said, let me define for you what the statutes read on domestic terrorism, which, by the way, needs to be validated in legislation, spelled it out very well. Another component of the Republican obfuscation of this is that they want you to believe this is just politics. We can no longer refer to this as political. You have to start referring to this as criminal. They performed criminal acts, carried out an illegal attempt to overthrow the government of the United States using terrorists, and they still, even now, the overwhelming majority of them support the crimes that were committed. So everyone listening, let's commit ourselves to using the right terminology. When I wrote that op-ed in January, I was using a counter-terrorism, counter-ideology methodology. Shame them.
It was a white supremacist terror attack, as Officer Todd, who is white, testified yesterday.
The crowd was